I'm just gonna go over with these 110 and my 112 on things that you guys should be looking for if you ever go out and buy one. The biggest common problem right off the hop with these tractors is your rear end. The reason being is that your hub, which is right here, hard to see, maybe I can see better on that one. Oh, there's your hub right there. What happens is you got a cast iron hub and you got a solid steel hardened axle. So what happens over time, it starts wearing out the splines on the hub, and the only way that you can fix that is get new hubs. Because what will happen is the hub will start wearing out and wearing out and wearing out, and it'll start pushing into a bearing. You have a bearing right on the end of here. So it'll start pushing through the bearing, and then you'll start getting leaks. Your seal is way back up under, bolts about right about here. Bolts right into the housing of the transmission. So if you let those go too far, you run out your bearing, then you're gonna have to pull the whole rear end out and pull the axle housings off and put new bearings in, new seals, O-rings, and all that fun stuff, which is a pretty pricey job, especially for if you just bought the tractor. Now this one has some slop in it, but it's not to the point where I'm going into the bearings yet. But I have another transmission I'm building for this, and that should take care of that. But another thing is, I'll show you with this one first. See that one? No, that one isn't from a warm hub. It's just the seals let go. And same here. It's obviously easier to tell if you have a patio, because if it's coated up like that, then most likely you have a seal. You'll see the oil in the rim and all over the axle and the hub and all that. So I can tell right there this one's gonna have to have the rear end pulled out, new seals, bearings, and all that fun stuff. Another thing though is that this is an 8-horse Kohler. The 110s, it came with an 8 up until I believe around 69, and they started putting 10s in them. Correct me if I'm wrong. But in the 112s, you can get a Tecumseh. These Tecumsehs are great little motors if you keep the oil changed and you know, everything's set right and you don't beat the crap out of it. But they got this little stupid drain under the carburetor that leaks like mine is. Great little motor, but stupid little things like that knock some value off of it. So now you have to pull the carburetor bowl off and you have to get the little kit, fix all that. You know, just when you buy a tractor, you want to buy it to use. You don't want to have to instantly start putting money into it unless you're like me. I love it. But another thing, hydraulic lift. You want to check all your lines, make sure you have no leaks. Man, the black flies are out like crazy today. As you can tell, a little shiny, a little leaky. Leaks down, starts smoking off the engine. I don't have an air cleaner in it right now. I wasn't planning on using it for a bit, but I thought I'd bring it out to make this video. Now there's like a little, I don't know if you can see it, right there. That little cylinder right, whoop, right there. Normally, O-ring goes out, and that's how you get this mess. Mine isn't too bad, but another thing that has to get fixed. Another thing too, on the earlier ones, like the 68, 69, 70, and some of the 70 ones, I'll have a hood. The side brackets are like that. These are the best ones to get. The grill clicks in, but these ones, I love these ones. Mine's a 72. It shouldn't have it. It should have one with two little nipples that go on, and they go into a hole and they go up back and forth. So when you actually look at it, I pulled this one off a 69 patio. to put onto here because it's just a better hood setup. You'll notice that off the hood there'd be 2 little pins. You could just pull the hood out like that and pop it off in 2 seconds. Awesome, handy if you got to pull the hood off quick. But those little pins, they wear out and eventually they just break. So if you can get your hands on a grill with the clips in this type of side panels, you're already winning. Like, I love these. These are almost bulletproof hinges. Another thing too is both these tractors, they run off a Ross steering column. This one has a little bit of play in it, but it bolts down right up in there. Let's see. Oh, there it is right there. That's my steering all right in here. There's a nut at the bottom. It's kind of like an inverted nut bolt type thing. You pull out a cotter pin, you can tighten it up. Get most of the slop out of it. But another thing too, you obviously want to check for is your tie rod ends. And your front bearings, these are pack bearings, so you can pull them apart, repack them. You can, this one I have to tighten up, check them out, get them all taken care of. For this one, it's tight. So, you know, just give it a little shake. You can tell at the back too on the hubs, give it a shake. You can hear the knocking in it, like this one. But other than that, you know, they're great little tractors. This one has obviously the manual lift, which is a lot simplified. But things too, you know, you want to make sure the tires are good. So I come back here, you know, how's the tires on this? Oh, they're good, you know. I just put them on last year, so I know these ones are good. So I got good tires there, and I got nice knobbies in the front for when I do the snow and that. I normally just leave them on all year, but you know, there's a good set of tires. I come over to here. Oh yeah, nice set of rears, fat ones too. And then go over here and oh, no tread. So there you go. Now I gotta go buy a set of front tires. This one too. No tread. Not good. So, you know, just little things like that. It all adds up, right? Obviously, something with a hydraulic lift. Being as it's a patio, it's a more sought after rare tractor than my 110. That thing is the most basic of basic tractors, where this thing's a little fancy with the hydraulic lift and the fancy little paint scheme that it gets and all that. But you also want to take a look at your attachments. You can tell that I've had a front lift on mine. I'm just missing the little piece that goes in there. You can tell I got a front linkage. Sorry guys, these black flies are just attacking me. And I got my rear linkage. That one doesn't. So I already know the tractor. I can already put a tiller on it right when I get it. Same with a snow blower or my blade. For that one, I know it has the front linkage. So I know I can put a snow blower blade on it. It sits right there. But you know, another thing is check your PTO. And pull this off. There you go. This is your PTO. It'll turn the deck, won't turn the motor. When it pushes in, it'll turn the motor. But you want to push it in as much as you can, or even with the attachment, push it in. You can see I can stick my finger in between there, and it's tight. It'll grab the motor. So I know that the piece of clutch that's inside here, it's actually in this little drum here. It slides over a cone and it grabs. That's how it works. You know, I can tell just by if I can stick my finger almost through there that I have a lot of life left in this one. Go to my patio. I haven't even checked this, so I don't know, but if I pull this one up, so if I slide this one in, same thing. can almost stick my finger in. But I'm not turning the motor over. Oh yeah, I am. For a minute I thought it was loose. I haven't used this for mowing, but you want to just keep things like that. I've seen ones, I always use my finger rule. You know, I got a normal size finger, I guess, but if I can kind of stick my finger in there, I know it's going to be good for a long time. I've had ones where it was almost metal to metal and it hardly even grabbed, and all the clutch disc type piece was taken out of it. Other than that, it's pretty much what you want to look for is the rear end and the front bearings. You want to make sure all that's good. Obviously, you want to make sure that the engine doesn't knock. There's a difference if you hear a hard knock compared to a ticking noise. Normally the ticking noise is just the valves that need to be adjusted. When you hear a knock, obviously it's rod. Or it could be. You want to, just go through it like you would any other tractor. You want to buy this to use it or collect. If you want to buy it to use on your property, these are some things that you can look at where you can say, hey, this is messed up. It's going to cost me X amount of dollars to fix. And maybe get some of the price knocked down. But little things like headlights, lifts, the linkages, it all adds up. But I'm not saying go into look at a 110 like this and say, oh, it has no linkages on it, I'm gonna have to knock some money off it. Well, it's not really something you're gonna knock money off of because it doesn't have linkages. But things like I said, the hubs, if you have slop in that, you already know you're gonna need the transmission done. At least the hubs for sure, if it hasn't gotten that bad. Just look around. You want to check the plates. Obviously, they're not going to be spotless. Mine's dry. This one's a little wet. I can come around here, get better. You see, this one's a little wet, so I know gas has been leaking. I can smell it because of that stupid drain. But another thing, check your shifter. You can feel this one's nice and tight. There's very little play that way, and when it goes in, you can feel the balls in the shifter detent. And I can put this one right in the second and drive it. Now, a lot of you people that own 110s know that a lot of people, when they go to rebuild the transmission, they take the little detent balls out of the shifter. So when you put it in the second, it wants to go half into first, half into second, and starts making this dirty grinding noise. And you have to rust it pretty much right on the end, like that, instead of putting it right in. That one I can put in. This one I know. Half the time when I use it, I run it just like that. About half on, because I know I can feel on this one. Got a lot more play in it. I can feel when I put it in gear. But, it's things like that to look for. Sorry, this video is kind of all over the place, and I don't know what I'm going back and forth to, but I'm just getting attacked like god off with these stupid black flies. But other than that, like, comment, rate, let me know what you think. If you have any more questions about the 110s, 112s and that, don't hesitate to message me. Like I said, I've been doing this for a while with these John Deeres and cases. Other than that, yeah, let me know what you think. Comment, like, rate, subscribe, and you guys have a great day.